Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on the Mathematical Genius YouTube channel. In today's video, I will be going over how to sort factors of numerical expressions. This video is the fifth video in 7th grade math under the unit of number theory. Before we begin, I'm going to really quickly talk about which videos are coming up on this channel. So, in the next video, I will be talking about scientific notation. After that, we'll be classifying numbers, and finally factorials. So let's get right into it. This topic isn't too complicated. I'll be giving you a few example problems where there are two numerical expressions given, such as 14 times 9 and 8 times 4 times 3, and I will give you two factors of these expressions, and all you need to do is sort them. Anyway, let me really quickly explain how to solve these problems. The first thing that you want to do to solve these problems is to multiply all of the terms in the two numerical expressions together. Then, you don't need to do this, but I recommend that you also multiply the two factors of the numerical expressions that I will be giving you. After you multiply the factors, just divide and see which factor goes into which numerical expression, and you will be done. Since today's lesson was much shorter than some other lessons, I will give you a few more individual problems for you all to work on. Anyway, let's get started with the example problems. Here is the first example problem. Sort these two factors, 5 times 11 times 9 and 3 times 7, into these two numerical expressions, 84 times 2 and 11 times 45. First, it's good to multiply the numerical expressions. Let's start with 84 times 2. We know that 84 times 2 is 168, and when we multiply 11 and 45 together, we get 495. Now, we should multiply the factors of the numerical expressions together, and we would get 495 and 21. The next step is to divide the numerical expressions by the factors and see which factor goes where. We can start with the numerical expression 495. When we try doing 495 divided by 21, it doesn't go evenly. Next, we try doing 495 divided by 495, and it comes out to 1, which means that the factor for 5 times 11 times 9 is 11 times 45. Without doing any math, we know that 3 times 7 is the factor for 84 times 2. I will do the next few example problems a little bit faster. Here is the second example problem. Sort these two factors, 8 times 7 times 9 and 2 times 7 times 4, into these numerical expressions, 16 times 63 and 14 times 60. Let's first start by multiplying the numerical expressions. 16 times 63 multiplies to 1008, and 14 times 60 multiplies to 840. Now, let's multiply the factors of the numerical expressions together. We would get 504 and 56 respectively. The final step is to divide the product of the numerical expressions by the factors. When we do 1008 divided by 504, we get 2, which means that 8 times 7 times 9 is the factor of 16 times 63, and 2 times 7 times 4 is the factor of 14 times 60. Here is the third and final example problem. Sort these two factors, 6 times 5 and 10 times 7 times 2, into these numerical expressions, 2 times 42 times 15 and 4 times 10 times 3. The first step we should take is multiplying the numerical expressions. We would get 1,260 and 120 respectively. Next, we need to multiply the factors, and we would get 30 and 140 respectively. We can try dividing 1,260 by 140, and we would get 9, which means that 10 times 7 times 2 is the factor of 2 times 42 times 15, and 6 times 5 is the factor of 4 times 10 times 3, and we are done. Now that I've explained to you how to sort factors of numerical expressions, and also worked with you through a few example problems, here are 10 problems for you to work on. Please pause the video and work on them on your own, and in a second I will show you the answers. So here are the answers. the solution to the first problem is 3 times 1 times 5 goes into 9 times 2 times 5, and 4 times 3 goes into 2 times 6 times 3. Here is the answer to the second problem. 4 times 3 goes into 4 times 7 times 3, and 8 times 1 goes into 2 times 4. Here is the answer to the third problem. 35 times 1 times 2 goes into 14 times 10, and 5 times 3 times 11 goes into 15 times 13 times 11. Here is the answer to the fourth problem. 42 times 3 goes into 7 times 12 times 5, and 44 times 2 goes into 11 times 8 times 11. Here is the answer to the fifth problem. 10 times 2 goes into 9 times 8 times 5, and 5 times 13 goes into 10 times 13. Here is the answer to the sixth problem. 8 times 14 goes into 2 times 2 times 56, and 273 times 5 goes into 7 times 13 times 15. Here is the answer to the seventh problem. 5 times 6 times 11 goes into 66 times 11, and 36 times 3 goes into 13 times 9 times 12. Here is the answer to the eighth problem. 3 times 2 times 12 goes into 6 times 8 times 9, and 3 times 1 goes into 15 times 5. Here is the answer to the ninth problem. 26 times 2 goes into 13 times 4, and 2 times 10 times 1 goes into 8 times 5. Here is the answer to the 10th and final problem. 3 times 28 goes into 2 times 5 times 6 times 14, and 77 times 2 goes into 7 times 4 times 11. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure that you like and subscribe. If you have any questions regarding how to sort factors of numerical expressions, leave them in the comments below and I will respond to them. In the next video, I will be talking about scientific notation. That's it for this video, and I will see you guys next time.